Hello, welcome to Testimony Tuesdays. I'm not home. I don't have my songs, but I just wanted to keep my promise and share another quick testimony with you guys today. So, a couple years ago, when I lived with a family member, I remember when I started feeling like, okay, it was time for me to leave. But I was a little bit disappointed because I, I was like, okay, why is this happening to me right now? Like it was a time when I just thought I was not ready to be on my own. But I remember at the time, Leon was still in Jamaica and he kept on saying, just go. If you go, we'll figure it out together. So one day I felt like the Lord was telling me that, okay, you need to find somewhere. Nothing happened yet, but it was just time for me to start looking. Um, the Friday I was coming from placement, because at the time I was still in school, the Friday I was coming from placement, and then the family member sent me a message and said they needed to talk. Some other messages before, but that one, I knew that something was going to happen. So of course, the whole thing, like I was wrestling with God. I actually cried because I'm like, God, but me no find nowhere which part me I go live. I'm a no see how the attack claps this. Okay? So Friday came, I didn't get to talk to her. Saturday came, still didn't get to talk to her. But on the Saturday, when I came to work, I met someone and was just having a casual conversation with the person and asked the person if they know anywhere renting. And then the person told me about an apartment that was subletting and they were looking for someone. They preferred a male but may consider a female. I went that evening, looked at the apartment. On the Sunday, I went to work and the family member picked me up. And then by the time I got home, everything went down. Everything she told me from Genesis to Revelation. I didn't say anything to her, not one word. All I did was smile because I was like, okay, God, I saw this coming. When I left, she sent me a song a couple days later saying, God favors me. That's her new song. The point of this testimony is that me leaving for her was God's favor. But because God already knew that this was going to happen, He had already made somewhere for me to go. When I went to look at that place on the Saturday, the person told me that I could have moved in. I didn't move in. I waited. And then the Sunday, everything went down with my family member. Like I said, I didn't say anything. She just spilled her guts. And then I just realized, because the Bible does say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. I just realized where everything was just laid up. And so by the time she said that, I was able to go to work the next day and then come and just get some scandal bag. Yeah. And pack up my stings and my two shebang shang. And I got a bed. My boss said, okay, if you're moving, you need a bed, and give me a bed. And so I moved. I was able to move without saying anything to her except just giving her a thank you note. God is God for everybody. That is what I want to share with you today. God is God for everybody. So while she was thinking that God was favoring her, God was also favoring me, because God does not need to disappoint me to please her, and God does not need to disappoint her to please me. He's God for everybody. He's God for you and He's God for me. And not because you don't get along with somebody does not mean that God is not going to be good to them. He's faithful to everybody. The scripture says, let the wheat and the tares grow until the day of harvest. Whether you think that person is deserving of God's grace and goodness or not, God is still going to be gracious to that person, and God is still going to be merciful to that person. So just keep that in your mind. When you see God doing stuff for other people, don't think that, oh, he's partial or something. No, God is God for everybody. That is my encouragement to you today. All right. So happy new year when it comes. And I hope to see you again next week on another episode of Testimony Tuesday.